Should be starting pretty quickly here, and I'm excited to see you. I'm happy to be here. This could be a really short session because I'm going to run on over to the school and greet my daughter at her awards ceremony. So if you're just joining us now, welcome. Glad that you're here. Happy to have you along for the ride. Okay. Looks like the audio is working just fine, so I'll unplug this. And welcome. Howdy, everybody. Glad to have you here. Welcome to our session for May 31st, 2018. Doug, you asked a question about the 30 Days of Finch experiment. I love you, Doug. And you are absolutely right, and I addressed your comment in today's updates about 30 Days of Finch. Anyway, that's beside the point. Yesterday we had some struggles backtesting a robot on the 4-hour charts. And by we had some struggles, I mean it didn't work. And the profit compared to the drawdown just wasn't acceptable, and I felt like that right in front of you I had just kind of blown it. And it caused me to go back and reassess the way that I was trading on the 4-hour charts and maybe consider some things that I generally do not consider doing and try them out. So with that said, I'm going to backtest on the 4-hour charts again this morning for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to cut this short and I'm going to go off to the awards ceremony at my daughter's school. As you remember from yesterday, we are backtesting the Finch robot, and we're testing the 4-hour charts, and we're backtesting the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, because it tends to move up and down and back and forth. And we got caught yesterday, as you can see here on the chart, we got caught in situations like this, where we got caught in a downtrend and it blew up the results and there was a big drawdown. What I want to do today is change the properties of the robot. I want to keep the trade size the same. I want to keep the pips to trade to mostly the same, although we might play around a little bit with that when we have a really long time between the first trade that it takes and the second trade that it takes. And if you don't know how to use the Finch robot, maybe that's a lesson for another time, and maybe later on I can include a link below on how to use the Finch robot. But this time I'm going to use a stop loss, and by default the Finch robot does not have a stop loss, but this time I'm going to put a 20 pip or $20 stop loss on the robot. And I think that's going to, I think anyway, I've got this ready to run. And what I think is going to happen is I think this is going to blow up the whole thing. I think that I'm going to prove that as bad as the drawdown was without a stop, that with a stop, it's just going to be the worst ever. So, and it's just going to go through a really big, long losing streak. Now, in order to compensate for the fact that it's going to have a stop loss, we're going to have a profit target that's more than 10 times bigger than the stop loss. I'm not going to use a move to break even, and I'm going to backtest the sample year that we keep using, 2017, because it was a terrible year for this robot. And I'm going to click start, and then we're going to let this thing run. And I'm just going to let this thing race by here, and we're going to see how this goes. Let's take a look at the graph. We like to do that while we backtest, don't we? Well, that's not that bad. Okay, it's done, and it's profitable. That is not what I expected at all. $400 of wait a minute. What? Oh, proven wrong again, Booker. Look at this. Profit was $474, and the drawdown was $214. Well, how do you like them apples? I stand corrected. That's not bad. Wow, tight stop loss, big profit target. Let's play around with this. Could we go for a bigger profit target? Let's see if we could go for a bigger profit target. I just put a profit target of 400 instead of 300 on this. Maybe, let's just watch the graph again. By going for a really, really big profit target, it might just stop out of more trades because it's trying so hard to get to a really big profit target. It might make less money. Yes, it made less money. So it's trying too hard to get to a really big profit target. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We may even reduce the profit target to 200. And give that a shot. This is very interesting. This is really interesting. Having the pips to trade to, I'm realizing now, at 700 doesn't make any difference because it's got a 20 pip stop loss. So it's never going to take a trade to, ever. Oh my gosh, what is this? So $255 of profit and a maximum drawdown of 214. I'm going to play around with the stop loss. I'm going to keep the profit target at 300, and I'm going to do an optimization where I'm going to have a bunch of different stops from $10 to $60. And we're going to optimize that, and then I'm going to race off to my daughter's school. So what's running now is an optimization. We're going to check and see if there's a best stop loss to use in this 2017 range. I'd really like to end up with something that could run from 2012 all the way through the end of 2017. I'd really like to end up with something like that with a stop loss even. Whoa, look at this. A tight stop loss seems to do the trick. Wow, look at that. Drawdown is really low. I'm going to play around some more with this. A 10 pip stop loss actually worked. Okay, I got to just try this before we go. Let's just try 2012 to 2014. Does a 10 pip stop loss work in those years, 5, 6 years ago? Okay, and then I really got to go. It's really nice to see you all. I'm really happy that you've been here. Let's try this out. I know you weren't seeing my screen there for a minute. Sorry that I didn't show you the optimization. I apologize for that. In the optimization, we had, just to let you know, because I wasn't sharing my screen, in the optimization, we made $471 or so of profit, and then we only had $191 of drawdown, which is really cool. That's really awesome. And that was with a 10 pip stop, or $10 stop, 10 pip stop. Okay, let's see how this worked, and then I'm going to get out of here. Oh, it's still optimizing. Well, fine. Fine. Wow. The 10 pip stop made $512 with a drawdown of 244? That's pretty awesome. That's pretty great. I'm somewhat shocked at these results. I did not think that we would be able to put a stop in this and have it work. So that's awesome. When we come back next week, maybe we'll do some more testing with the stop loss, and maybe we'll increase the profit target, and maybe we'll even trade from the daily charts. I love you all. Have a great day. I'll see you back on Monday, everybody. I'll send out a link by email, and you can all sign up again for the webinars. I love you all. Have the best day ever. Bye for now.